Hey, I'm Stephen Sanchez, and I'll be chatting with Milky. So the whole new record is an entire storyline set from the years 1958 to 1964, and so this is just another piece of that story, Only Girl, and it's actually a song that, yes, is being sang by me in the album, but as far as the context goes for it, it is from the perspective of this mob member named Hunter, who previously dated Evangeline, who has heard about me being with her, which we find out later on in the record. But in this context, it's the first time he's meeting her, and he's wanting her to be his only girl. And so we're kind of fighting back and forth with that desire, and it's going to be really exciting. So that's what the song's about. But if you don't like the storyline of that, then it can just be sent to your girlfriend if you have one. I really love the line, "Loves a dog and its tail I'm chasing. I'm pulling down the moon for us." Or "Loves a dog and its tail I'm chasing" is great. I mean, I feel like it's come about pretty easily. I think, like, you know, having gotten to work on 2 projects, you know, that were quite a quick turnaround. I feel like the first EP took a year, but then the second one was like 2 weeks. And I think with this, it's kind of it feels the same, that, you know, we're creating something that's really, really special, just because it feels like it's just kind of naturally there, like it's meant to be, like kind of a destiny sort of thing. And so I think with, you know, this new 50s and 60s sound, I don't feel any pressure to, like, you know, try and outdo Until I Found You or anything like that. I just feel a pressure to make great music, and it feels like that's really easy to do when you grew up with that music, and so it's gonna be really great. Yeah. God, wow. Honestly, with Until I Found You, it was a total accident. You know, like, I grew up, like, loving that music, loving it. Like, Roy Orbison, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Elvis Presley, like, of course. And all of those artists taught me a bunch of different things. Elvis taught me how to move. Frank Sinatra taught me how to love. You know, Roy Orbison taught me how to sing. And all of these artists did that. But it never showed up in any songwriting. And I think this is the first time, you know, since Until I Found You, that we've really kind of dived into that sound, and I think it's kind of fallen naturally, you know, now since Until I Found You, because I feel like I've been hiding behind an acoustic guitar for a while, and now it's just like, oh, let's make dreamy pop 50s crooner stuff. So yeah. Wow, that's a great question. I think it just goes back to just, like, I think it's for the first time, like, I'm actually, like, reaching from a place that feels like roots, you know, and that's really exciting. Like, I feel for the most part, like, when I was first starting out, like, you know, it's really easy to write a song on guitar, and it's easy, at least for me anyways. I know for some people they can't speak to that, but just to, like, write the singer-songwriter type of song, like, everybody's doing that. I think just, like, you know, I've actually had a far easier time writing the 50s and 60s style stuff, because I'm just so like, that's just who I am. Like, it's just, like, it's in my blood, you know, that music exists, and so I think that's a big step for me too. It's just that, you know, I think it's a huge deal to have released singer-songwriter type songs and then to kind of do a 180 and do, like, a totally different sort of genre that doesn't even exist anymore, it feels like. So that's really a big step, I think. I just felt like I had a song for a girl that I was in love with, and that was it. You know, it was nothing more than that. And I feel that way about every song. Like, I've never looked at music or songs as, you know, avenues to create massive success or to be famous or anything like that. It was always about just writing something that was true, you know? And it was amazing. Phoebe Bridgers was speaking at the iHeart event that was, I think it was honoring Taylor Swift or something like that. And she was just saying that Taylor tells the truth, and that's what creates great songwriting. And I think in the same way, like, if I just want to tell the truth, and if that's about love or heartache, then the truth it is. I mean, God, think about it. Like, you have free access to the entire world. It is literally a free marketing platform for all forms of content and creativity and art and music and speaking and it's just anything that you could possibly imagine, like, is at the tips of your fingers. You're just, like, right there. It's just amazing. Like, and honestly, for me, like, it just put me in front of the right people, so that when we actually did release music, you know, we had the right people who were looking at us that could send that music to the other right people. And I think for young artists, I think it can be hard TikTok because people just kind of look at that app as a quick way to fame, but it should be more than that. Like there should be artistry behind a song and not just a person who wrote one, you know, like, and I think it can do a lot. There's definitely a perception of TikTok with musicians that it's just a way to get a quick hit, which it shouldn't be that way. You know, there should be some depth and some truth in that. And I think that a lot of the great artists that have been found through that app do that. And I think they're going to last for a really long time. A new record, lots of lewd gyrations being soundtracked by that new record. It's gonna be a good time. I'm stepping away from the guitar for a while, which will be good. We'll probably play only a couple songs with the acoustic guitar, and the rest will just be me singing, which feels exciting too, because I've never done that before. I've never just kind of let my voice be the thing, you know? Yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh my God, it's completely not about me when we're out there. It's like all about like we're just here to, I firmly believe that musicians and live shows are here to soundtrack what's happening in the crowd between somebody or internally within somebody. Like, I mean, think about it. You go to a show and you start to reflect on your life because of a song. You start to reflect on somebody else because of a song. You're just somewhere else, but they're all at the same time. And that is because of the musicians who are playing the music, soundtracking the way you're feeling. And I think that, like, you know, that's the most important thing, like, that this world needs, is to have a moment to self-reflect and remember and have music soundtrack whatever that feeling is. And I think without a live show, you could never do that in real time and feel like you're connecting with another human being, you know? And I think that's really special, especially for those who have come to our shows. You know, they've come with their girlfriends, and it's totally not been about us. Like, they've been in the crowd staring at each other and kissing each other and slow dancing with each other, just having our song soundtrack that. Their date, their night, like their love. And I think that is all that matters. Like, we don't matter at the end of the day. The music and the people experiencing it, that matters the most. Roy Orbison, Hamilton Lighthouser, Lord Huron, Nightbed, Seawolf, Elvis Presley. Lana Del Rey. Strange Trails by Lord Huron. About Time. Don't burp. I burp a lot when I get nervous. Oh, Miley Cyrus. Newsboys. Marcus Mumford at the Ryman. I have an answer for this. I'm just trying to remember the song. Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. Spice Girl. Sand Ranch. Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. When we played in Salt Lake City, Utah, there were girls literally getting on top of each other's shoulders to be noticed and seen, and they were just a rowdy, amazing. It was so fun. It was so much fun. Good God, I think Jeff Buckley. I think Jeff Buckley's brilliant. His lyricism is brilliant. His songs are timeless. I think he's opened a lot of doors for male artists to have more depth in their lyricism and more emotion in their voice. It's all going to be okay. And just remember that, you know, it's all going to be okay. It's all good. And you got this. Yeah. Wow. There was a girl in my elementary school and she played the classic guitar like amazing, like incredibly, and she sang, and it was incredible, and I just was so horribly jealous. And so I like made it a point to like learn how to play guitar, and so I taught myself how to play guitar, and like submitted myself for every talent show every year in middle school, and then I finally won in the 8th grade, and it was awesome, and that was it. So I think at that moment, when people cheer for you and give you any sort of affirmation over anything you've done creatively, I think that's a really beautiful moment. But I'm still finding moments where I'm like falling in love with being a musician all over again, I think. So